Good morning from Bali. I'm not sure where you are. This is a 20-minute slow flow with a small grounding meditation at the beginning. So first thing you'll start off is in a seated position. If your spine is quite rounded, then you can grab a bolster, place it underneath to elevate the spine. And then you have the option to either keep the eyes open or close the eyes. If you keep the eyes open, then allow for the gaze to settle further down in front of you. And then from here, feel the ground underneath you, the connection of your knees, your feet, your sit bones, and then move so that you can reorient your position so that it's most comfortable for you. Feeling into your spine, the shoulders stacking over the hips and head over shoulders. And then attune to the sound in the space. The bigger sounds, the sounds that are further away. Maybe you can hear traffic. I'm hearing birds. Maybe you can hear some music or birds for yourself outside the window. And then are you able to name that sound? Then attune to a second sound that is a different one and possibly a little bit closer. And then same thing, name it, feel. And attune to your breath. And don't change it quite yet, rather just be the observer of the inhale and the exhale and feeling, maybe hearing a little bit of the sound entering and exiting the nostrils. And become the conductor of your breath now, breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. And allow for the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Breathe in, feel your spine lengthen all the way to the top of the head. Exhale out of the nose, soften, melt, ground. Feel the ground underneath you. One more, lengthen upwards with a soft breath retention at the top, all the way into your chest cavity. Then breathe in a little bit more. Feel your back body, your upper back body expand as well. Another breath in, feel the lower ribs expand outwards. And open the mouth, exhale out. Breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. Slowly open the eyes and rotate yourself. So if you're not already, facing the front side of your mat. And then from here, we're going to do circles, or I should say forwards and backs. So if you're seated, you can keep your bolster. If not, you can move it. Allow for the spine to arch as you inhale, and then exhale round. And I'm holding on to my knees here. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. You're going to allow for the chin to lift. Exhale, chin to chest. Keep moving with your breath. Last one, arch. Now stay arch. Place your left hand on the ground, right hand behind the elbow. Take your breath in, and then as you exhale, Begin to spin open facing the ceiling. And every time you exhale, push down a little bit more. And every time you inhale, open the elbow a little bit more. Good. Come back to neutral. Place the right hand. Inhale. Left hand behind the head. Exhale. And then inhale, open up. Exhale, push down, spin, rotate. Keep using the breath as a guide. Exhale, open, look towards the ceiling, good, and then come back to neutral. Now laterally bend, right hand to the outside, same thing. Left hand on the outs behind the head, take your breath in. Now exhale, bend towards the right. You can make your way onto your elbow, otherwise you can stay up onto the hand. Then from here, keep anchoring your left knee down into the floor. Keep pushing the left elbow away from you. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can reach your left arm up overhead. Good. Come back to neutral. Same thing on the other side. Left hand, right hand behind the head. Take your breath in. Make it towards the floor. Bring the elbow away from you. Keep anchoring that right knee into the chest. The breath. Reach upwards, and then as you exhale, away. And you want to feel this anywhere around the right hip, QLs, obliques. Last breath here. Good. And come back to neutral. Switch your legs, other foot in front. Now interlace the hands at your lower back. Inhale, breath. Lift the arms away from you. If you have the flexibility, try to keep the elbows locked and the hands connected together. And then from here, lift the chest. You can anchor the hands on the ground if you have that. Getting into a baby back bend first thing here in the morning, or just your first back bend of the day possibly. Good. Keep those hands and then fold forward, or try to fold forward if you can get your forehead on the ground. Great. If not, you can also grab the bolster or a block and place your forehead on there. If not, just hold your head up in the air and then the arms away from you. And bring the breath into the chest. Breathing upwards into the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And release. Extend the legs in front of you. Look at your toes. Try not to flex the toes, especially first thing in the morning. So if you can't have the knees straight, then you can go ahead and bend the knees. Otherwise, have the legs straight. And then what you'll do is try to keep a straight spine rather than rounding the spine. So straight spine, take your breath in, and you'll walk forward towards your feet. This is probably a lot, and then walk back. So getting into the hamstrings first thing in the morning, going in and out. Maybe your range is smaller, maybe your range is bigger. So moving in and out. Inhale. Forward, exhale. Move back. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Now stay here for the exhale. So this is a lot first thing. So do a little bit less. We are going to revisit this pose, but I just want to introduce the hamstring a little bit earlier rather than later in the practice. Good. Come on up. Now figure 4. Getting into the side glute. Place your left ankle on top of the right knee, and then go ahead and bend the right knee. From here, weave your hands into your leg hole, and then reach for the shin. You can use your hands to pull the shin closer, and then actively push the left knee away from you. And then same thing, there's an amount of trying to back bend and pulling the chest towards your foot. And if you're still rounding the spine too much, you can take the same shape, recline onto your back. Last few breaths here. Okay, now from here, keep the legs as they are. We're going to go a little bit deeper. Again, you can do the exact same thing, recline. You can move towards your cow facing pose, so both knees on top of the other. If you are flexible, then what you want to try to do is lift or allow for the feet to travel forward. Otherwise, just have the knees stacking on top of the other. This is kind of like, I would say, level 2 of that figure 4. And then from here, you have the option to fold forward, maybe your forearms on the ground. I'm very mindful that I have a microphone, so I'll just stay elevated a little bit more so I don't make the sound or muffle up. And then come back to the breath. And this time, try to breathe here in the back, in the lower back. Last breath. Good. Come on up. If you're seated, if you're reclined, you can come on up to sit. And then from here, we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So bend your right knee, place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Weave your hand in, pull the shin in. Good. And then same thing. For some of you, it's just locking this position and then trying to push your chest up. If you want a little bit more, if you're very flexible and your shin is already into your chest, then just push the knee away from you. Same thing, you can do this recline on your back, same. Good. And then same thing, weave the leg all the way through so that both knees are stacked on top of one another. Good. Feeling more pressure into the hips, not into the knees. If you feel it in your knee, then modify. You might also, if you want to try supporting a block or something in between the knees. If you don't have access to props, then you can take it recline. And then from here, move a little bit until the hips and the tissue wants to settle. Otherwise, begin to fold towards the floor. And then breathe in your lower back. 2 more breaths. Imagine the lower back poofing out. And even bring the awareness, feel the sensation. Last breath. Good. Make your way up. I'll rotate myself towards the camera, but you don't have to do that. And then have the feet together and knees wide into your butterfly pose. And from here, use your glutes to drive the knees down and then fold forward. Imagine, I'm not going to do it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be out of frame, but imagine your chin can eventually touch the floor. Keep using your glutes for a little bit more active stretch in this one. Use the glutes to drive the knees down. And every time you exhale, squeeze a little bit more to drive the knees down. And again, revisiting some lateral bends. Right hand on the ground, left hand behind the head. Take your breath in. And exhale, lower down. Now from here, the knee's probably going to lift off. So what you're trying to do is work with the knee. So anchor the knee down, both knees down, and lift the elbow away from you. You can be up on the hand, onto the elbow. Otherwise, lift the arm up overhead as if you're trying to do a handstand, so arm to ear. And then breathe here on the lateral line. You should feel really like this whole back part, release everything opening up. And then stay as you are, or what you can try to also do is extend that leg. Good. Go back up. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Left foot to the right if you extended the leg. Otherwise, let's set up on the other side. Exhale. Left hand down. Right hand behind the head. Take your breath in. And then laterally bend. You see I'm going down and my knees going up. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm really working on this lateral stretch. Very undervalued stretch, actually. And breathe into the ribs. Option to extend the arm up overhead. And I'm joking, but it's like as though your arm is trying to break up with your hips. So really reach away from yourself. An option to extend the leg. Can give you a little bit more range when you do so. Have that leg be super active and still keep anchoring this knee down. Last breath here. Good. Come back to neutral. And then from here, you're going to widen both legs, folding into your pancake. So sometimes for some of us, our active flexibility and our passive flexibility, there's not as much of a gap at either range. So if you're stuck here and you're already struggling, then stay here. You can elevate your glutes, and then your work is to try to keep a long spine. Otherwise, if you have the flexibility and you're on the hypermobile side of things, when you do make your way down towards the floor, then try to activate the legs. Feel the quads engage as you fold down. And a slight external rotation. Few more breaths here. Last one. Okay, and then from here, you're going to recline yourself. Make your way onto your back. Okay, bring the right knee into the chest, hold it tight to you, and then extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Imagine there's crazy glue between your knee, your legs, and your torso. Then from here, slowly extend the left leg down. At some point, you should feel your hip flexor activating. You have the option to float the left leg for more of an active stretch. Otherwise, you can let the leg go fully down. Now from here, what you're going to do is try to extend the right leg up without losing this compression here. So for some of you, the leg might be further back. Otherwise, pull the leg towards your face. Good. Then what you'll do is release the leg and try to hold it there, locking out the knee, engaging through the hip flexor. If you want to get a little bit of more activation, then you can lift your head off of the ground, but you don't have to do that. This is probably already enough. Walk the hands up. Try to pull the leg a little bit more. Good. And then from here, release it again and hold. Working this whole posterior chain. And release. Let's switch. Left knee to your chest. Hold on to your knee quite tight. Right leg extends up. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Feeling into that hip. Don't lose the ribs. Either foot floating or foot on the ground. Good. From here, begin to slowly extend the left foot towards your face. Walking the hands up. Lock the knee. Targeting the hamstrings. Take a breath in. Then exhale, engage that leg and hold. Option to look at your foot if you want to get a little bit of the lower abdominals engaged. And pull the leg again once more, and then hold. Last breath. Good. And if you've got extra time, you can finish off with a 2-knee twist, or if you want to take a small Shavasana. Otherwise, oh, see you next time.